fifth trumpet, the abyss opens. The sky darkened. A mighty angel stood motionless in the vast emptiness, a golden trumpet in hand. For a brief moment, the breath of the universe ceased as the angel raised the trumpet to his lips and blew. The sound of the fifth trumpet roared like thunder, shaking the heavens and the earth. The fabric of reality seemed to tear apart, not only through sound, but through a wave of devastation that spread across creation. At that moment, a star fell from heaven, burning with an immense flame. But this was no ordinary star. It was a being, an entity of knowledge, granted the key to the bottomless pit. As the abyss opened, a thick, suffocating smoke erupted, blotting out the sun and the sky, plunging the world into utter darkness. From within the smoke, terrifying creatures emerged, like locusts, yet unlike any insect the world had ever known. Their bodies were monstrous, heads like warriors crowned with gold, faces resembling twisted human forms, their features grotesque and fearsome. They had long, flowing hair like that of women, yet their teeth were as sharp as lions. Their chests were armored in iron, and as they flew, their wings thundered like the charge of countless war chariots. The world was swallowed by the black smoke. Light was smothered, and the sky became a vast, oppressive void. No one could see clearly, only the piercing shrieks from the depths of the abyss, like the cries of countless tormented souls, filled the air. A deathly wind swept through the cities, causing people to collapse in utter horror. These creatures did not harm plants or trees. They hunted men, those who did not bear the seal of God upon their foreheads. They did not kill, but inflicted excruciating pain, like scorpions striking their victims. Men writhed, screamed, and sought escape from their suffering, but death eluded them. They longed for death, yet death fled from them. From the smoke, these nightmarish beings swarmed forth, the locusts of the underworld, yet they were unlike any insect known to man. Their bodies were long and powerful, like armored warriors. Their heads bore golden helmets, yet their faces were human, with eyes that burned like fire. Their long, wild hair danced in the wind, but their mouths were filled with razor-sharp teeth like those of lions, constantly uttering ghastly screeches. As their wings beat, the air trembled with a deafening roar, like the sound of thousands of war chariots charging into battle. The ruler of these creatures was none other than Abaddon in Hebrew, or Apollyon in Greek, meaning the destroyer. Under his command, the demonic locusts tormented humanity for 5 long months, a duration that felt like an eternity for those who suffered under their reign. But this was only the beginning. A greater destruction awaited. The sixth trumpet, the army of 200 million horsemen. The sixth angel stepped forward, his eyes filled with solemnity and sorrow. He knew that when this trumpet sounded, mankind would face a nightmare worse than anything before. He raised the trumpet to his lips and blew. At that moment, a command thundered from the golden altar before God. Release the 4 angels bound at the great river Euphrates. These were no benevolent angels, but mighty beings of immense power, prepared for this very hour, this day, this month, and this year, to slay 1/3 of mankind. As they were released, a colossal army appeared. 200 million horsemen. Where did they come from? They were not of the human world. Their riders mounted monstrous beasts, creatures with the heads of lions, breathing fire, smoke, and sulfur. Their tails were like writhing serpents, their heads venomous, striking down all who stood before them. As soon as they were unleashed, the heavens trembled. From the distance, an unimaginable force marched forward, a cavalry 200 million strong, a number beyond comprehension. These were not human warriors. Their mounts were abominations. Their heads resembled lions, but their mouths spewed fire, smoke, and brimstone, consuming 1/3 of mankind. The earth quaked with the screams of the dying, cities crumbled, rivers overflowed with corpses. No weapon forged by man could stand against them. Their eyes were devoid of life, only an insatiable thirst for destruction remained. But the most terrifying thing was not the destruction wrought by these horsemen, it was the reaction of mankind. Even after witnessing such horrors, they did not repent. They continued to worship demons and idols of gold, silver, bronze, stone, and wood, idols that could neither see, nor hear, nor walk. They refused to turn from their murders, their sorceries, their sexual immorality, and their thefts. The abyss had opened, the apocalypse had marched, yet mankind remained defiant. And that was the greatest tragedy of all.